What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Just Be Real podcast. I'm your host, Marissa Tong, and today I am bringing you an episode from the studio. This is like my first time being back, like solo in the studio. Usually I only come when we have guests, but today I'm like, let's get in the studio. Let's try something new. Let's switch up the vibes. I'm all about like switching up the energy and the environment. So in the studio, this is going to be a super short episode today, but I wanted to talk about 5 people that we need in our lives in order to help us to feel balanced, grounded, right? Our social relationships really take a huge role in our lives, whether we like to think about that or not. Like, I definitely consider myself an introvert, but I'm also like an extrovert introvert, right? Like, my job is very social. I spend a lot of time around people, helping people, coaching people, teaching people. And also, like, aside from that, like, aside from work, I have friends, so I'm spending time around my friends, and the quality of people that I have around me is definitely something that I value. And like, it's really important to me to have quality friendships, quality relationships. There's been a lot of relationships that I've like had to cut ties with because it just wasn't serving me. So I want to dive into those 5 types of people. So if you are someone who's currently like revamping your circle, or you're looking to make more friends, or you are thinking about like, what type of people do I need? Or that could be like, you're building a team, right? So you're building a team for work, or you are part of a team, right? And maybe you're trying to figure out what your role is. So I feel like this is a good way to kind of figure out like what we need and what makes sense, and ways that can help us with our elevation and our growth. Okay, so the first type of person that you need in your life is the logical thinker. Okay, this is the person that is always gonna consider all case scenarios, like best and worst case scenarios. Like, they're gonna think things through. They're going to always figure out a way to get something done, or they're gonna figure out like a loophole, or they're gonna have you think about it. They're gonna be like, does that make sense? Right? Like, actually, maybe let's take some more time to think about this, right? Like, we always need that logical friend. And especially if you're someone that tends to be more like laid back, chill, relax, like you're not always thinking about like the possible outcomes, or you're not always thinking about like, how can we get this done, right? Step-by-step process, or what actually goes into making a decision. So if you're ever wondering, right, or if you're ever needing help on making a decision, the logical friend is going to help you out. Okay, so the second person that you need in your life is going to be the person that keeps it real. And if you listen to this podcast, you know that's going to be me, honey, okay? So if you need that friend, if you need that one person in your life that's going to keep it real, that's going to keep you grounded, that's going, always keep it a buck, always keep it honest, you could definitely find that person. And usually I feel like this is sometimes a person that's like opposite from you, right? So you might be someone that's more shy, that's a little bit more passive, that doesn't really speak up for themselves, that doesn't really like conflict, right? But this person, the person that keeps it real, they are always going to let you know exactly how it is, right? And that might not be in a rude way. It doesn't have to be confrontational. It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But we want people who are going to be honest with us. And to keep it real, right? To be honest, let's just be real here. A lot of people can't handle the truth. A lot of people don't like truth around them, right? They'd rather live in a delusion. They'd rather be around people who keep them comfortable, people who are just gonna, oh yes, girl, you're doing amazing, right? But not really calling them out on their bullshit. So if you need that friend that's gonna call you out on your bullshit, okay, definitely tune in more to this podcast, because that's gonna be me. Okay, the third person that we need in our lives is the creative person. This is the person that is going to spark creativity within yourself, or to help you come up with new ideas, or to help you like really go towards your dreams, right? Sometimes we could be in our own head. Sometimes we don't believe in ourselves. Sometimes we think that our ideas are stupid or dumb or unrealistic. And this person is going to be able to give you the little push that you need. So having a creative person around you, number one, I think it's just amazing to have that, because when you are surrounded by creative people, I think not only does it spark that within yourself, but it's just beautiful to witness, right? People literally living in their authenticity, people literally being able to make something out of nothing, people literally being able to build something beautiful, right? Whether that is music, whether that is physical art, whether that is dancing, whether that is building a physical building, right? Like that's creative too. There's so many outlets for creativity. This podcast allows me to be creative, right? Setting up this room, right? Like editing videos, like that's all creativity. So having those people around you, I think, is really important, because that also allows us to see that it's possible for us to make things happen, right? To get the ball rolling, to really act on our ideas. Okay, the fourth person that you need in your life is going to be your biggest supporter, aka your ride or die. Okay, now this could be your best friend, this could be your sister, this could be your coworker. Usually it's someone that you're really close with. In most cases, it's someone that you've spent a lot of time with, maybe grew up with, maybe has, you know, been around your circle for a minute. But this person is always going to hold you down. Okay, they're going to show up for you in, you know, different ways. It might not always be like, oh, I'm showing up for you in like this way, like work, right? Or I'm showing up for you with family. It might not be a particular thing, but that person is always going to show up regardless, whether you call them, you need them, you text them, right? Support doesn't always have to be physical, and support doesn't always have to be like in immediate ways, right? Support doesn't mean like, hey girl, like I need your help, come over right now. We can't always be on like beck and call, right? We can't always show up for people in that way, especially if you are someone who has a long distance friendship, right? Like I have a friend that lives in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Christina. Hey girl. I still consider Christina like a really close friend to me, and a ride or die. So if anything ever goes down, if I ever need an opinion on something, or I need support, or I just need to vent or something like that, and vice versa, you know, we're that for each other. So I think it's really important to have those people that you can just reach out to when you need something. And like I said, not even need something physically, but you need some type of just, you know, emotional support, some type of backup, some type of, hey girl, I got you. I got your back. What do you need? Right? So you definitely need those types of people. And then the last type of person that you need in your life is going to be the childlike person. This is the person that's going to keep your inner child alive. They like to do fun things. They spark up your creativity. They're just in good spirit, and they are open to trying new things, and they're really connected with their inner child. So they like doing things maybe like watching old movies, or watching movies that they liked growing up, or they make you feel comfortable, right? Like I have a friend where we hang out and I just feel like a natural connection. Like we could have been friends, and I haven't known her that long, but I feel like I've known her for quite some time, because it's just a very natural, authentic, genuine relationship where I feel like we probably were friends, you know, in another lifetime, where we could have been friends when we were like kids. So it's very important to keep those people around you that are going to keep you young, right? And these don't even have to be young people. These could be people your age. These could be people older than you. I dated someone who was a bit older than me, but he still had like a lot of childlike energy that was so refreshing to be around, right? This person is spontaneous, right? They're always doing things that are just exciting. So that person you definitely need around you. So yeah, guys, I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope you learned something. I hope that this helps you evaluate your circle, also evaluate yourself. What type of friend are you? Which category do you fall under? How are you showing up for people? How are you showing up for your friends? And yeah, y'all, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, make sure you rate and review. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you in another video. Bye, y'all. Take care.